And the second highest qualifier here this week was Ralph Eckhardt with a 264.7 average over 10 games. Ralph lives in Welland, as you can see, or plays in Welland. Actually lives in St. Catharines. The winner in this game is assured of $1,000 and a chance at the top prize of $2,000. Ralph against Steve Greensides. Greensides just having that great game a few moments ago. Ralph, this is his first year on the Masters, and he's really looking to make his mark.
Well, it's certainly the best showing he's ever had. Despite being 30 years old, Greenside's 5 years younger. Greenside's been around the country on 5-pin bowling, and this is Ralph's biggest game. Get some local support there. I hear a few cheers.
Ralph did make the cut once in a tourney. He finished 20th of the 32 players who got the money.
Yeah, and the mixed triples in Hamilton, 26.94 for 10 games. So certainly can string the strikes. He averaged over 240 on the Masters this year. But get this frame out of the way. This frame is not all that crucial here. Let's see if Greensides gets the opportunity of going out again. And
well, that could become a bit of a psychological block too when you miss that left corner pin twice.
Give him a chance to regroup here. Steve, who started out the last game on 3 strikes in a row. Boy, if you're Ralph, you got to hope that that's not going to happen again.
Well, who knows?
Ooh.
Almost seemed as if that one's falling off to the left side of it, but it came back.
He's got the hook on it, and certainly that's what Donnie Betts tries to throw a little bit, and that's what he's doing here, is putting it out on the right, and it's moving across. And
2 in a row.
Whoa.
Once again, a strong start by Stephen Greensides.
If Ralph watched the last game at all, he's going to know maybe the word is out. Get some marks here in a hurry. Try and slow Greensides down a little bit. Shoot a little offense at him, so he'll have to maybe think about a shot. But there's Matt Dragon in the background, ready to take on the winner.
Ralph Eckhardt having some problems here to start this match.
He was really dominant through the tournament. Started with 368. He pretty well chased Matt Dragon the whole tournament. 291, then 321, 980 his first 3 games. Turned around his first 3 games today. Were 251, 300, and 270. That's 821 today. 1800 for the first 3. Maybe he's tailing off a little bit here near the end, because his finish was 207 and 203, and it just might be carrying over right here.
Counts 12, so he gives 25 now through 2 frames, and really finds himself deep in the hole already.
Well, he sure does, and something he doesn't want to do. It's time to put a mark on the board right here.
Ralph started bowling seriously at the age of 8. So he's been bowling some 22 years, and in fact, one of his teachers sitting right beside us today.
Well, we were there. I'm sure we were at Latcham Lanes in St. Catharines. I was here for a couple of years, 69 to 71, and I can remember Ralph and Joyce Maxwell. A few of the people that came through the YBC program, it turned out to be real fine people and bowlers.
Well, he won't get 3 in a row.
Gets a nice carry here, though. This chop-off, boy, this chop-off, as I said, was such a tough spare all weekend.
Henry Farrer, scorer, mentioned that Steve and Jurgen Rump, in fact, both of them only missed the head pin once once each in the last game.
In the last game, but it strikes together in a few marks and avoiding the big pin in the middle. It here seemed to be a foot across. Green gets the spare there, 70 through second. He's already up 45 pins, but bounces this one a little bit, so he doesn't get the carry.
First time he's missed a head pin in this game.
Doesn't get it up to the head pin. So.
Nonetheless, he's still got a very nice lead.
An early lead. Ralph's got a chance here when he gets back to...
Spares it up.
Spares it up 90 through the 3rd. Now it's up to Ralph to put some strikes on here. 25 through the 2nd, but if he can throw another double here, he can get to 70 in the 3rd and bring the game really close.
Ralph was saying that he's got some friends who have been master bowlers for a number of years, and they told him it was a lot of fun, so he decided this year to take part.
There he is. He's back at it. Well, it is a lot of fun. It's like a hobby, you know. If you're going to do something well, whether it's golf or curling or sailing or whatever, it's going to cost you some money. Next year, the Masters tournaments are $93 each. There's some sponsors at each event. There's some added money. And there's some prizes to be won, at least certainly the men's $1,000 at any one of the tournaments for the first prize. Big shot for Ralph right here, and he's
tough break.
It's a corner. Well, it's a big count though. It's going to move him through the third frame at 68.
In this tourney, each bowler paid $120.
$120, and certainly some added money from Brunswick. Certainly one of one of our excellent sponsors, Brunswick International. Bill Sutherland and George McGarvey here today. That's a tough shot here for Ralph. He had a chance to help himself out there, and boy, he just leaves the door open again now. Steve's going to find himself 30 or 40 pins in the lead here without any trouble. And, those are the shots you don't want.
How does one become a master bowler?
Well, what it's been in the past is you come through a bowling center, and if you're a teacher, we have a teaching division and a tournament division, and you can be a teaching master, and a lot of times these are the bowlers that are involved with the instruction and coaching programs. But if you were a top average bowler, you'd contact your local center, and they would probably know you anyway. Got a new rule this year where you can just join directly, and because a few bowling centers have closed through some real estate deals and so on, and we're going to have a little new, little different style in the Masters maybe this year with some unaffiliated Masters, as they're called. So there'll be a few top players come in, and they can just come direct without going through a center. There's Greensides. He gets another spare, and he's just going to be able to add to it here.
Uh-oh.
Well, Ralph needed that. There's no question about it.
No, Steve didn't.
No, he sure didn't. But Ralph needed it to get himself back in this game here. It comes on a spare, so the count is only 135. He can go 150 through the sixth frame, and boy, Ralph can be right back in this one. Doesn't even have to throw a couple of strikes. A spare strike would have him 9 pins away. Picks them both up, 150 through the sixth, 250 average. Now it's up to Ralph here. A couple of marks is all he's looking for. He's going to topple Greensides here, who's rolling right along.
Ralph was saying that he just really still finding it a little unusual and hard to get used to, all the cheering that goes on when you're trying to beat the competition. He said, but you know, like the guys behind you are cheering as hard as you are trying to get that pin down. Well,
they sure are. There's lots of noise. It's certainly the spectators and everybody else. The players can be very rambunctious. I think Ralph's got them tied up here now. We're going to have to get these pins untangled.
That's the reason for this delay. And those pins, they're going to require somebody to go back there and actually untie them.
Yeah, they get, that's a sign there's a lot of stuff in your ball if you can put the pins between each other, and they actually come up in a knot.
And Ralph all set now to take his shot.
Wants to have this spare. He wants to go spare strike here, spare corner pin spare.
First frame, he had some problems with it, and he continues to have that problem.
Well, it's backing up a little bit. The lanes, which have been so fast, are now drying out a little bit. They're drying out just with the passage of time. You topped it off the television lights now, and the lanes dry out a little quicker. Because he threw that ball over there, normally that would have rolled right to the corner, and it rolls back a few boards because that's the spin he's put on the ball. So now he sits, they both sit through the sixth frame, and they're 24 pins. It's not insurmountable yet here. But Ralph needs some marks to just a mark here to get some momentum going for his next time up. Nope.
Well, that certainly kills Uncle Mole real quick.
Really does. Boy, Greensides, you don't want him to get, you can see how loose he is, and he's able to go up there and just seems to get the marks a little easier. Jurgen and Ralph have seemed to have to grind it out a little bit, and these one-game step ladders are not the place to be doing that.
Ralph works at A&P as a stock clerk. Says he bowls about 10 games a week in a couple of leagues and some practice games.
Well, they got a lot of, certainly a popular bowling center here at Bowl-O-Rama. Mickey Piker and Johnny Scholes and Ron Robbins. And, lots of big scores here, and fellas get the hang of it a little bit. You know, if you bowl at a place all year, you get to know it a little better. Now he's sitting at 138. He can still go to 273, so there's lots of room here. But Greensides is getting a free shot here, and there's one of them.
You sort of get the feeling that watching Stephen Greensides at work is if the opposition lets up a little bit, he really sort of puts that bite in his mouth, and away he goes.
He gets a chance here to really pour it on. If 273 is all he's looking at, he's getting a little closer to it now. And,
I think he had it.
I think he certainly has been able to hit it on the side a lot, and
yeah, he's missed that. Bad delivery.
178 through the 7th, 191. So he's giving Ralph another shot at it. Couple of marks here. Ralph's going to be finishing last. Greenside's going to be finishing first, so he's going to know what he has to shoot at. So what? Hey, 2 strikes here would be a big shot for him. Just can't carry them over. No, it's making it tough on himself now. His maximum now is 258. It's coming down pretty quickly.
Well, regardless of what happens here today, Ralph is very pleased with his effort here this week.
Yep, there he gets that corner pin there. He got that ball over a little bit. Oh, certainly, regardless of what he wins here, it'll certainly, you know, finish the year off in nice style and give you a nice motivational lift for next year.
The bowling season runs from when to when, roughly?
Well, when to when? The first tournament is August the 30th, and we'll play the Masters Championships. They'll be finished the last weekend in June.
So it's a full year.
It's a full year. There really is not a lot of time off. We're even in spring leagues right now, and there is air conditioning and everything is certainly prevalent in many centers. Certainly, spring and summer bowling is also an important part of the business. Here's Ralph. He wants this one. No, and he's put himself in a deep hole right now because he's going to can pin this off, only going to 181. No, we're looking at Greensides and Matt Dragon. The Dragon's going to take a shot at win number 3.
And Greensides at win number 2.
That's right. He just won the last event, the 10% tournament, the Holiday Inn Classic that the Masters have, was in Toronto. Played at Queensway and Albion.
Oh, good count.
Yep, 226 is all he needs here to end this game, and he's going to get it in a variety of ways. Spare here, naturally, would be a big plus. Yeah.
Picks that up.
That's all she wrote. Hitting the hip and on the side will be a game winner.
And he's got more than that.
Yep.
So Stephen Greensides will move up from his 4th place finish to at least 2nd.
Yeah, moving up the ladder, and so many times they say the bowler maybe that gets rolling from the back has the best opportunity, but
well, we saw it in the women's competition with Sue Anklin finishing 3rd overall, winning the championship today.
Exactly. Here's Greenside, just a nice roll on that ball.
Finishes with 3 strikes in a row. A very nice way to finish, and he goes up with 266.
Yeah. 266, 150 in the 6th, 191 in the 8th. Kind of hesitant, and still is able to bang out 266. Very nice score. That's Ralph's ball, and he knows it too. He knows that's the roll he wanted, and there'll be other times. There's George Babenko and Dolly Kolaz, local bowlers here, rooting them on. Nice backswing.
Well, he's got 2 in a row. He's got a feel for it now. I guess the pressure is off.
That's right. I think he'd like another game at him, just on the experience factor alone. But as we say, there'll be other days.
And that's the last ball for him in this match. Nice finish nonetheless for Ralph as he picked up a couple of strikes, finishes with 221. But the winner once again, Stephen Greensides, and that young lady Andrew hoping he can go all the way to the championship. And the championship will be coming up right after this.